Hi everyone, Tess Raffles here with your Arizona's Family on the Go newscast. We are on track right now to make it 14 days straight with temperatures above 110 degrees in Phoenix. We're getting an idea of just how dangerous this kind of heat can be. Maricopa County releasing new numbers confirming 12 heat-related deaths so far this year. Another 55 cases are under investigation, possibly heat-related as well. The data shows a third of the victims were more than 75 years and older. Half of them homeless. Now, this time last year, to put it all into perspective, we had 17 confirmed deaths, another 126 under investigation. Medical experts say it's really important to check on loved ones and friends and help them find relief.
So everyone is struggling with the heat right now. No one can get away from it. We need people to make a plan and help those who they help their loved ones, their family members who may not have safe places to go to get out of the heat, make sure they know where those resources are.
You can find a list of heat relief sources on azfamily.com. Just click on the Seen on TV tab. And now let's check in with April with a look at that first alert forecast. Temperatures showing no signs of easing up, April.
That's right. It is another first alert weather day, too, for the excessive heat. I'm meteorologist April Warnicki. Look for that high of 114 in the valley today, which would tie the record for today's date. It'll also mark our 14th day in a row of temperatures at least 110 degrees, which is now our third longest stretch in Phoenix history of days that hot. And strong high pressure in our region means the heat will continue. In fact, we're looking at even hotter temperatures over the weekend ahead. We'll climb to 116 degrees tomorrow, then 118 degrees on Saturday and 117 on Sunday. As for the monsoon, storm chances continue today in the high country, but will stay dry in the valley. Storm chances start to climb again early next week across the state as more monsoon moisture moves in by Monday and Tuesday. An excessive heat warning is in effect for the valley today through Tuesday, while a heat advisory has now been issued for high country spots like Flagstaff, Prescott, the Mogollon Rim, and the White Mountains from Friday through Monday.
Well, last night's monsoon was pretty intense. It was the biggest storm I've seen out here. I've been out here 22 years.
So the first powerful monsoon storm hit southern Arizona Tuesday night. We now know 2,500 people in Vail, south of Tucson, lost power. Power companies across the state get ready all year long for strong storms like these, making note of hard-hit areas from the year before and the areas that experience the most outages. Wind knocking down power poles causes the most damage.
In some instances, we'll identify an area where distribution poles may need to be replaced, and typically what we do now is instead of installing wooden poles, we'll install steel poles. We find that they're a little more resilient and they withstand strong winds and other storm conditions.
Tucson Electric Power, TEP, has more crews on shifts right now, ready for more storm-related outages. And as we wait for more monsoon activity, we're checking on the progress of a bridge that'll span a notoriously dangerous wash area northeast of the valley. It's part of the Tonto Basin, which, as you probably know if you live here, floods easily, often trapping people. We've reported a number of rescues at the creek. In 2019, you'll remember a family ignored the signs and the roads were closed, but they crossed anyway. 3 children were swept away and sadly died. Now crews are building a bridge to prevent anything like that from happening again. People who live in that area say this is long overdue.
You just feel like you're beating your head against a wall sometimes because the need seems so obvious, and to see this coming out of the ground, it's just a godsend.
They'll have to avoid crossing the flooded wash for another year. Construction on this $21 million miles-long bridge is expected to be done next June. Well, we are tracking several developing stories right now. Firefighters from Phoenix and Tempe responded to a fire at this 2-story home near 48th Street and Chandler Boulevard last night. Firefighters worked quickly to put out the flames. Now, fortunately, everyone made it out safely. The homeowners are now staying at a hotel. The cause of the fire is under investigation. And police have found a newborn whose disappearance prompted an Amber Alert last night. Maybe you got that Amber Alert on your phone. The 5-day-old boy is safe and back at the hospital now. And police say the mother, Rosa Santana, is in custody. An Amber Alert was issued because the baby was on a feeding tube and needed life-saving medical care. A man is shot and killed near the ASU West campus at 51st Avenue and Thunderbird. This happened last night, and now we've learned police have detained one man in connection to the shooting. No word yet, though, on what exactly led up to the shooting, so we're waiting to get more details. 8 people are without a home now after a fire spread to several mobile homes in Phoenix. This happened near 32nd Street in Thomas. Firefighters found one home fully engulfed, with the flames spreading to 2 others by the time they arrived. Fortunately, no one was hurt. Investigators are now trying to figure out what led up to the fire. A woman is sentenced to 5 years in prison for pretending to be a nurse practitioner. 58-year-old Pamela O'Gwyn was seeing patients, even writing prescriptions. Investigators caught her as she was treating a patient in a custody dispute. They couldn't verify her license. She's also facing 3 years probation after prison time for fraud and ID theft. A man from Arizona is suing Fox News and former host Tucker Carlson, accusing them of defamation. Ray Epps became the focus of right-wing conspiracy theories after the riot on the Capitol on January 6th. He's now suing Fox News, claiming the network baselessly accused him of being an undercover federal agent who led the insurrection and stoked violence to make Trump and his supporters look bad. Epps says the claims really destroyed his reputation and livelihood. The new lawsuit doesn't specify exact damages that he's seeking, but Fox, you may remember, already settled with Dominion Voting for $800 million in its defamation suit. Scottsdale taking a big step to conserve water. It's the first city in the valley to ban natural grass from the front yards of any new homes. Something like this is already in place in Las Vegas. The city council approved the new landscaping ordinance to protect the city's water resources. Other valley communities could end up doing the same thing. Some already offer financial incentive to homeowners to remove natural grass and create a more natural desertscape that'll save water.
Typically speaking, with the average residential install, the homeowner will recoup their costs in about 3.5 to 4 years. And that's going to come in savings in water that they're not using to water the grass and savings in the landscape maintenance they're no longer paying for.
Landscapers say the cost to install artificial grass can range from $6 to $8 a square foot, depending on the quality of the product and where it's made. Well, a year ago, Phoenix Fire launched its drone program, and since then, they've sent drones to more than 100 different incidents, everything from fires to mountain rescues. They've really come in helpful. They've expanded now from 9 pilots to 13, and in the past couple of weeks, with temperatures more than 110 degrees for 13 straight days, firefighters have used this technology to help save lives and keep their own crews safe.
These are compact drones that we can deploy in under 3 minutes once we arrive on an incident scene. We'll always need firefighters to go out and rescue people to stabilize situations, but with the drone, we can provide an extra layer of information.
They say the drones minimize stress on crews by giving them a more comprehensive view of what's going on, which helps them just respond to the heat quicker and get people to safety. More electric vehicle charging stations coming to Arizona highways. The goal here is to make sure you're never more than 50 miles away from a charging station. ADOT is adding stations along 7 highways, including State Route 87 from Mesa to Payson and State Route 260 from Payson to Show Low. ADOT also plans to add stations along the SR 347 from Phoenix to Maricopa and then the 95 from Quartzsite to the I-40. Okay, if you've got a message about maybe an area code change yesterday, it was not fake. You're not alone. This is the real deal. Here's what it means. The Arizona Corporation Commission is ending boundary restrictions between certain area codes in Phoenix. So, starting next month, the area code 602 or 623, those numbers have to be dialed first on any calls made, including the ones in the same area code, or else you won't be able to make a call. And this is pretty cool. This week, the world's largest Taekwondo organization is hosting their world competition right here in the Valley. It's the American Taekwondo Association. Thousands of competitors are here from around the world. They're here for the World and National Championships at the Phoenix Convention Center. They come from Brazil, South America, China, Japan, and many other countries. And some tell us the movies first drew them actually to the sport.
I've been traveling since about 2002, actually. I started long time ago. Like I said, I got into Taekwondo for Bruce Lee, and then I found out the great life skills it gives, confidence, the bullying. Obviously, I'm super short, so I was picked on a lot, and it gave me confidence. Was the #1 thing, was confidence.
So if you want to check it out, the Taekwondo competition runs through the weekend. It may be a nice idea to get indoors where the AC is free. Have a great day, everyone, and stay cool out there.